Hi everyone, just going to share my thoughts on moving to the UEFA C license from the either old level one or the new introduction coaching to football. So there's five things that I think that coaches need to consider and think about before they move on to the course. The first one is about being open-minded. I think when you're on the course, you can learn from everyone that's on it. That's from all the coaches, no matter what their experience levels, all the tutors. So you should really try and take and learn something from everyone there, no matter how small it is. We always say the best coaches are magpies. They steal little bits from everyone. And then you can put that into your philosophy and your style as a coach. The second thing to start thinking about in a bit more detail is your players. So you think you know your players quite well, which is absolutely fine, but you need to start knowing them even more. So think about looking at your players in terms of the four corner model. So in terms of technical, tactical, psychological, social, and physical. So look at them as individuals. What are their strengths? What are their areas for development? In possession, out of possession, in transition. So you should start to really paint a big picture of what an individual player looks like. That way you can then identify their needs and you can adapt your coaching around the players. So that's the most important thing to think about, is why we coach is for our players and our players' needs, not the other way around. I would also start to really brush up on your knowledge of the principles of play. So a lot of it doesn't matter if you're 5-a-side, 7, 9, 11, it doesn't matter what age group you are. The principles of play are everything you need to think about in football. So think about pressing, think about compactness, control and restraint, delay, cover and balance once you're out of possession, because they look exactly the same no matter what format of the game you're playing. And then in possession, thinking about penetration, creating space, movement, support, creativity as well. So your understanding of all of these principles of play is vital, and brush up on that before you go on the course, because that's something that you will really need to think about within all your sessions. Then a bit more focus on yourself as an individual. Before you come on the course, think about, what are my current strengths and what are my areas for development? So if you can go onto the course with a little bit of understanding of those, you're more likely to get more out of the course. But the one thing that will happen on the course is a lot of coaches will go, I'm good at this and this is my strength, and that might get challenged. And you might have some highlights made of things you do that maybe show that that might not be as strong as you think it is. And on the flip side, it's something that you think you struggle with might get identified as actually something you're quite good at. So you've got to, again, go back to the start, be open-minded and be happy to be challenged about stuff as well, because that's one of the best ways to learn and develop. One of the most important thing about any coaching course and any interaction you have with coaches is it's an opportunity to network. So you don't know where the people on your course will end up going, and you don't know where your journeys might cross in the future. Use it as an opportunity to network and get to know everyone. The other thing is, always think about how you're coming across to people as well, because that's something that's really important on courses. You're going to get people that are putting in the effort for each other, happy to get involved in conversations, happy to have debate, happy to be questioned, and being really open-minded. You'll create really good, strong relationships with coaches on the course. So use it as a real good opportunity to network with people. So these are the types of things I think you need to think about before moving on to a C license.